Three games to go in the regular season for North Central football, and they brought their perfect 7-0 record and #1 ranking to Decatur, Illinois on Halloween weekend to face the Millikin Big Blue, hoping to be the scarier team rather than get spooked by the underdogs. The Millikin offense did get a treat on their first drive as Cal Port's pass is deflected by Sam Taviani and lands perfectly in the hands of Colton Lockwood to give the hosts the early lead. Looking to respond after an early interception, Luke Lanin reminds the Big Blue defense that they have to stop him on the ground too, as he picks up 25 yards on this scamper. Later in the drive, it's Ethan Greenfield back at full strength, and this was just the start of a big night for him, 21 yards and the touchdown to tie the game at 7. Millikin got to the edge of the red zone on their next drive, but it's Dan Gilroy with the spin move and the sack to drop Port for a huge loss and knock Millikin out of field goal range. Early second quarter now, and here goes Lanin again on the ground, 28 more yards here, and 100 yards exactly on the night for the freshman. That set up this crafty pitch to D'Angelo Hardy, technically a forward pass, with blocks from Blake Williams and Corey Blair guiding Hardy to the end zone to give the Cardinals their first lead, 14-7. Millikin looking to respond, but on third down, check out the full extension from Nick Rummel to tip this pass away, and the Big Blue would have to punt. Next drive, and it's Lanin to Hardy again, but this time deep down the middle for a 73-yard touchdown. Not the first time we've seen this from these two this season. Hardy just too fast for the Millikin defense, and the Cardinals lead 21-7. Millikin did manage to get down the field on their next drive, capped off with this dive into the end zone for Marion McGee to make it a one-score game. But that did not last long, as right before halftime, Ethan Greenfield gets his second TD of the evening, 28-14 Cardinals at the break. Millikin going for it on 4th and 4 on their first drive of the third quarter, but Dakota Cremines and Storm Simmons wrap up Jamari Smith-Payton short of the sticks, and the Cardinals start the second half by forcing a turnover on downs. And the Cardinals are great at cashing in off of turnovers, and Ethan Greenfield went to the bank here, 52 yards for the touchdown, 24 carries, 183 yards, and 3 scores for the junior All-American on the night to lead a 358-yard Cardinals rushing performance. But Luke Lanin and D'Angelo Hardy still weren't done, 33 yards this time for the score, Hardy with 5 catches for 129 yards and 3 touchdowns, a career night for the sophomore. Then, to cap off the North Central touchdowns, stop me if you've seen this one before. Luke Lanin, zone read, sends the entire defense the wrong way and trots in to make it 49-14. The Cardinals would add a safety and a field goal, and Millikin would score twice in garbage time, but in the end, the Cardinals prevail to go to 8-0 with a 54-27 victory.
It's the same thing we got to think about every week. We got to be better than ourselves the week before. I mean, we always talk about nameless, faceless opponent, and it just doesn't really matter who steps on the field with us. We got to play to our standard. Every week, it just seems like someone else is going to shine just because we have so much talent, and it all just depends who they want to try and stop. But we have so many weapons on offense; it's ridiculous.
I don't know. There's something about Millikin, I guess. It's Decatur over here. It's just something in the water. It just gets me going. We like the matchups we had on our receivers, and then we know we always run the ball, so we like that.
It's good to play some better teams towards the end of our schedule. I know we have Washington next week, which is going to be another great game, because that prepares us, for good teams in the playoffs. So it is good to be in situations like close games at halftime. So when we come to the playoffs, we play some good teams where we might be in that situation. We're used to it, and we don't freak out. We keep our cool, and we're good to go.